What's up, my fellow fiends? It's Nim here, back again with more RPG horror stories. I know, finally, it's been a long time. Uh, but I finally found something I was interested in recording again. So, here we go. It's kind of short, but I hope you all enjoy it. In which I accidentally made the female players extremely uncomfortable. This isn't nearly as dark as some of the other stories shared here, really just an unfortunate misunderstanding that was happily resolved, but trigger warning for the usual topics all the same. I was in a campaign between late 2019 and March 2020. Low-level campaign, homebrew world reminiscent of Eberron. We were all co-workers and ranged from being friends to at least friendly with each other, so no strangers. The party consisted of myself, playing a rapier-wielding tiefling bard, a human paladin, a human fighter, a warforged druid, and an eladrin bard. Our DM, fighter, and I were all veteran players, and the paladin, druid, and the other bard were first-timers. The druid and the other bard were both women in real life, which is relevant. I'm a guy, which is also relevant. What proceeded over the 5-ish month campaign could easily be described as normal D&D. We bantered, we fought, we negotiated, we RP'd, we led a revolution, we uncovered a conspiracy, all that good shit. Everybody was happy. There were no incidents. I want to be as clear as possible. I in no way was playing a problematic bard. No hitting on barmaids, no hitting on other players, no seducing my way into or out of trouble. My character was not sexualized in any way, nor was anybody else's character. We were having good, clean fantasy fun. The issue that prompts me to make this post came up at around the 2-month point. We had finally hit level 3 at long last. The DM was stingy with XP, and we were able to take our subclasses. Having always planned to go for College of Swords, I eagerly made my choice known, and traded in my rapier for a pair of scimitars. After that session, the other bard player privately, awkwardly thanked me for changing my weapon choice, which confused me. Oh crap. After a series of tactful back and forth questions in search of clarity, I came to the extremely uncomfortable realization that the two newbie female players, eager to learn the game but with no frame of reference for how things worked and with little background in fantasy, had thought that the sword I had been using was called a... They didn't know what a rapier was, and it hadn't occurred to anybody else to explain it to them. For 2 months, 2 women who I was friends with and worked closely with had been putting up with the idea that my fantasy persona was a charismatic musician with a sword. Their introduction to D&D consisted of everybody acting like it was normal for one of the players to carry around a stick as their primary weapon. I was mortified. Fortunately, this proved to be something that was easily explained. Between Google images and references to Princess Bride, I quickly clarified what a rapier was, much to their relief. The party continued, and we're all still friends. But I'd give a lot to rewind back to the start of the campaign and clarify what weapon I was wielding, because I'm incredibly embarrassed by what they must have thought of me for those 2 months. Oh, wow. So, it's fantastic that this ended up just being a simple misunderstanding, because it could have been so much worse. We've read a lot of stories where it very well could have been a sexual assault stick. So, good on the OP for actually being a decent human being, and this just being a funny misunderstanding. However, I did share this story with my DM, and he's decided that even if we are playing with people who normally, know what most of the weapons are, maybe we're gonna describe our weapons a bit better, just in case something like this happens whenever we're playing with newer people. Especially with the more exotic weapons. It's kind of hard to picture what a kukri is without knowing what it is first. Anyway, I know this has been a shorter one, and I know I haven't posted in a while, but I hope you guys like it for what it is. I'm planning to, hopefully, upload a bit more frequently, but I'd actually like to try some different things out with my channel. See, I really like doing RPG horror stories, but there's a lot of other stuff I like to do as well, and I'd kind of like to share that on my channel too. Actually, okay, I know this is going to be super cliche because what YouTuber hasn't done this, but I've been really into Minecraft lately and I kind of want to do a playthrough of it. I know it's completely different from what I usually do, but I'm hoping you guys will still like, just hanging out with me, and it'll be like way less formal than this, but I still plan on, being there, and, I hope you guys will stick around for that. Anyway, oh, and I do still plan on doing more RPG horror stories, though, because I do still genuinely enjoy doing these and talking with everybody about them. So, I hope you guys are all doing great. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!